Good morning, it's Mark from Clarity Aquatics here to do a pond service on a good sized wildlife pond. This pond is actually one we renovated last year, so it was in a bit of a state really. The liner had holes in it, it's only had about a foot of water in it. It had about 300-400 goldfish in the bottom, which we rehomed, and now it's looking a lot better. So it's still right in the middle of the winter, so we relined the whole pond, we sorted out the edging, created this seating area, we put in lots of new aquatic planting which has grown really well for one season. I'm here today just to trim it all back, service the pumps and just give it a good preparation ready for the season ahead. I'm going to put you on time lapse so you can see exactly what I'll be doing. So the pond itself, it's a good size, it must be 20 metres long. Brought Bryn with me, a friendly little dog. So the pond starts, or the water system, waterfall starts right up there. Comes all the way down, over several little spill stones, and enters the pond here. This pond was built originally probably 50 years ago, so it's had a good lifespan. And hopefully it'll last another 50 years with all the work we've done to it. So this pond's got two pumps in it. It's got one large recirculation pump which runs the waterfall, and another pump which returns just here. The customer already had this filter, but it wasn't really working very well, so we got it going again. It's got new UV on it. We sorted out the belt drive. It's Oazi Biotech Screenmatic 36, I think, one of the original versions, not the newer ones, but still works really efficiently. And now the pond's purely for wildlife. There's no fish in there. The filter doesn't really run that often. The pond stays pretty much crystal clear all year round without the filtration, but it's, the customer already had it, so it's nice to have it just in case. So this pool is part of the waterfall system for the wildlife pond that we're cleaning today. So the water comes from up past the corner there, down these spill stones, comes through this pond and goes all the way down. So I've vacked out a lot of the water and the sludge. We found this lily which originally started off in a pot, but now it covers a good square metre of the pond, which is fine, but the lily won't really flower properly when it's in shallow water like this, and it grows and it spreads. So what we're going to do is going to try and remove as much of this sort of matted lily and then repot them and then see what we can end up with. At the other end of the pond there's some fringe water lily, more of the same. I think this is a red lily, maybe James Bryden, and thin those out and get them tidied up as well. There's no easy way of doing this. I have to get in here, try and lift it and cut sections out of it. I actually use a reciprocating saw, so I'll lift it up, cut through it and take out sections at a time, but this is hard work and not recommended. You also have to be very careful because you have a pond liner underneath, so I can't just shove the saw straight in there. I have to lift up sections, cut it out piece by piece. So that's just one very small section. So this is actually quite a healthy lily. This is the rhizome, and this is where it's going to shoot from. So you can quite easily propagate that. So you can easily plant that up in a new aquatic basket, plant it with gravel, a little bit of aquatic compost, and there you have it, more lily. But we're not really short of lilies in this pond, so we're just going to be thinning these out and probably composting most of it. Right, it's time to repot the lilies. So I've got this. Right, it's time to pot up these lilies. So this is one of the ones I saved from earlier. The pond was pretty overgrown. The lilies were all pot bound, so it's worth giving them a bit of a second life. So all I'm going to do, just cut some of the gunge and extra roots off there. Just like to prise some of the roots open just so it's got a bit of space to grow. So a lily consists of a big rhizome root which runs through the centre of it. That's where all the nutrients are stored. You've got the crown there, that's where all the new growth comes from, and there's another one just poking up there. And underneath, these are all the roots, so that's where the nutrients is going to be absorbed. So these are one of the old baskets that came out of the pond, so I'm just going to recycle them. Quite simply, I've just half filled that basket with gravel. Make a little bit of a dent in the centre and place it in there. Make sure the crown and the leaves are just poking up through there. Don't worry about these old leaves, it's going to send up plenty of new growth once it warms up. Just to give it a bit of a kick start, I'm going to put in one of these aquatic fertiliser capsules. These ones I use quite regularly. These are made by Aquascape. They're a 12-month capsule, so you pop that in there, and then the outer casing will just dissolve, and then there's little nutrients, little grains of fertiliser will just slowly release through the season and give the plants a bit of extra boost. Because there are a few fish in the pond, I'm not going to put any aquatic soil in this basket because it won't need it. The lily's going to get enough nutrients from the fish's waste from the pond itself. So as you feed the fish, they produce waste, and that creates nutrients in the pond. So it's the job of the plants to absorb that nutrients, and the lilies are very good at it. So we're just going to create a little bed for them to sit in. So plenty of gravel all around, and then the lily will absorb the nutrients out of the water that passes around the roots. You can pretty much use any sort of gravel, but I like to use round pea gravels. sort of 20 mil is fine. You don't really want to use anything that's going to affect the pH, so avoid limestone chippings, things like that, because they can mess around with the water quality. And there you go. So that'll go back in the pond, and within a few weeks that'll be growing quite vigorously, and within a few months we'll probably be flowering.